What's good, y'all? It's your boy Blak G 92. Now for this afternoon, more so early evening, I'm going to do a reaction to Wrestleology's video, which was posted 3 months ago, titled "Now How NXT Black and Gold Took Over Wrestling." So, looking forward to watching another of these wrestling documentaries. I find them entertaining and insightful as well, and informative about the whole sport of wrestling. And I've been meaning to check out the more recent wrestling matches and such, but haven't got around to it because life and everything else. And like I said before, have been having health problems amongst other things that kind of kept me from watching this and what may have you. And plus, shout out to Jacoby for giving me this video to react to. And that's what I'm end up start doing more so. I'm starting doing that again, giving shout outs to people that have been giving me videos to react to. I was doing that for a minute. I've kind of stopped doing that. I might start doing that again, just to give shout out to people that have been giving me videos and say commentary videos, whether it's songs, music videos, documentaries, mini docs, I would call them, as well as countdowns and all that good shit. I'm gonna start doing that, just giving shouts to different subscribers and people that haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channel. Add a little, brings back a little something I used to do, like when I was starting doing when my videos, not videos, more so my channel started getting traffic. So since I'm starting back up again as far as posting constantly, I'm gonna do that again. And Also, I like to mention, well, I ain't going to say too much. I'm going to go ahead to get this video started in about 3, 2, 1. God damn, it's hot in this motherfucker.
For years, WWE's developmental system was like the forgotten stepchild of the wrestling world, a place where aspiring superstars would go to pay their dues before hopefully, if they were lucky, getting called up to the bright lights of Raw or SmackDown. And sure, the talent was there.
Right.
Future stars like Seth Rollins, Big E, and Dean Ambrose were honing their craft in developmental, but it felt more like an overbaked
let me go ahead
lights of Raw or SmackDown. And sure, the talent was there. Future stars like Seth Rollins, Big E, and Dean Ambrose were honing their craft.
Let me see who's on this list. Yeah, I see some familiar names up in this list.
Developmental, but it felt more like an overbaked rehearsal rather than must-see TV. It wasn't terrible, but you weren't missing anything life-changing either. Then, in 2012, a massive shift occurred. Triple H, the cerebral assassin, the king of kings himself, stepped up to the plate and decided, the future is now.
Damn, Triple H definitely made an epic speech right there.
And he was playing for keeps. No more rehearsals, no more second-rate shows. He wanted to mold NXT into something more than just a developmental program. He wanted to create a brand that could stand on its own 2 feet and rival the main roster. A brand that would make the whole wrestling world sit up and take notice. A brand that started off as a small passion project and went on to become the hottest thing in pro wrestling. So, my name's Gresh from Wrestleology, and today we're about to take a wild ride through the history of NXT under Triple H, from its humble beginnings to its rise as a legit third brand, and how it changed the future of WWE forever. This is How Good Was NXT Black and Gold.
Okay, can't wait to see. Oh, early sale, 2020.
NXT's rebirth in 2012 saw the
2012 to 2015. Okay, let's get to it.
Full Sail University, a venue that would become synonymous with the Black and Gold brand's identity. They wasted no time establishing their own championships, crowning Seth Rollins as the inaugural NXT champion and Paige as the first ever NXT women's champion. During these early years, NXT began to create new stars that would go on to make massive impacts in the world of wrestling. Names like The Shield, Big E, Bo Dallas, and Bray Wyatt all cut their teeth in NXT before ascending to the main roster. But it wasn't just the men's division that was thriving. NXT quickly gained a reputation for its focus on women's wrestling, treating their female superstars as equals to their male counterparts. The brand played host to the rise of stars like Paige and the 4 Horsewomen, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Becky Lynch, who revolutionized women's wrestling in WWE, putting on classic matches and storylines that rivaled anything happening in the men's division. And let's not forget about the tag team division, which consistently delivered some of the most exciting and innovative matches in all of wrestling at the time. However, the true heart and soul of NXT during this time was the...
I like to say this too. I'm kind of envious of their the guys' workout routine. Got me thinking about getting back in the gym, getting back working out again.
Rise of Sami Zayn. As NXT's first true underdog babyface, Zayn captured the hearts of fans with his incredible in-ring skills and relatable persona. His rivalries with Cesaro and Kevin Owens were acclaimed by fans and critics alike and helped establish NXT as a brand to watch. And speaking of Kevin Owens, another thing that made NXT stand out during this period was its willingness to sign top indie wrestling talents. Names like Owens, Austin Aries, and Hideo Itami all made their way to NXT during this time, bringing with them a wealth of experience and a loyal fan base. The roster was full of unique, larger-than-life characters, each with their own distinct personalities and in-ring styles. You never know who would show up in the crowd during an NXT takeover. You had guys like Finn Balor, the enigmatic Irish superstar with his iconic demon persona. Then there was Shinsuke Nakamura, the charismatic king of strong style, who quickly became one of the most popular superstars in all of NXT. I still remember that match with Sami Zayn till this day. And of course, how he came into the scene. Names like Asuka and Samoa Joe, two industry vets who brought a new level of intensity and star power to the brand, ready to, well, take over.
Oh, the TakeOver roster.
And speaking of takeovers, in 2014, NXT changed the game forever with the introduction of their TakeOver special events. These shows, which aired live on the WWE Network, quickly became must-see for wrestling fans around the world. With rabid crowds, jaw-dropping matches, and unforgettable moments, these events, which typically took place the night right before a major WWE pay-per-view, became the gold standard for pro wrestling shows. NXT's first TakeOver event outside of Full Sail University, TakeOver Brooklyn in 2015, was a massive turning point for the brand. Co-main evented by the NXT women's title match between Sasha Banks and Bayley that would go down as one of the greatest in NXT history.
Looks like about right. I'm gonna have to check out that match.
Brand. It was the future, and the future was now. The signings of international stars like Bobby Roode and Shinsuke Nakamura only added to NXT's growing reputation as the hottest brand in wrestling. These talents, along with the likes of Finn Balor and Kevin Owens, helped NXT expand its reach far beyond the confines of Full Sail University.
Notable rivalries.
And of course, no discussion of NXT Black and Gold would be complete without mentioning some of the brand's most iconic rivalries. Early on, it was Sami Zayn's feud with Cesaro and later Kevin Owens that really put NXT on the map. These matches were unlike anything happening on the main roster at the time, showcasing a level of in-ring storytelling that had been sorely missing from WWE programming at the time. In the tag team division, it was the rivalry between DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, and The Revival that set a new standard for what tag team wrestling could be. Their matches were the perfect blend of technical wrestling, high-flying action, and emotional storytelling, culminating in a series of instant classics. And while we're on the subject of DIY, perhaps the defining rivalry of NXT's entire Black and Gold era was the one between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. What began as a heartwarming tale of friendship and tag team success quickly devolved into a bitter blood feud that was
throwing hands on
him. Gargano and Ciampa's matches were the talk of the entire wrestling community, brutal affairs that pushed both men to their absolute limits, adding new layers to their characters and solidifying Gargano as the heart of NXT. Other notable rivalries...
Looks exciting. Somebody has to post, like, say, a link to one of their matches during their rivalry so I can kind of see for myself if it isn't copywritten.
Aleister Black's feud against Velveteen Dream, Adam Cole's shocking betrayal of Kyle O'Reilly in the Undisputed Era, and Asuka's dominant undefeated streak, including her clashes with the likes of Ember Moon and Bayley at TakeOver Dallas.
War Games.
On the topic of TakeOver Dallas, the 2016 TakeOver special was a major turning point for the brand as it saw the in-ring debut of Shinsuke Nakamura against Sami Zayn, like I mentioned earlier, in an instant classic. From there, the TakeOver train kept rolling, with each event seemingly trying to outdo the last in terms of match quality and unforgettable moments. 2018 and 2019 saw NXT reach new heights with takeovers like New Orleans and New York, which are widely regarded as some of the greatest wrestling shows of all time. These events featured epic encounters like Gargano versus Andrade, Ciampa versus Aleister Black, and Adam Cole versus Gargano in a 2 out of 3 falls match that left fans speechless. NXT was truly taking the entire wrestling world by storm, with takeover specials often overshadowing even the main roster.
Really?
With a roster full of world-renowned stars like Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, Ricochet, Rhea Ripley, EC3, Drew McIntyre, and many more, NXT was
some colorful names.
It was also during this time that NXT brought back the iconic War Games match. The first NXT War Games match took place back in 2017, pitting the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly against Sanity and the team of Roderick Strong and the Authors of Pain. With the Undisputed Era getting the W, this match set the tone for the chaos and carnage that would define NXT's War Games matches. From there, War Games became an annual tradition in the NXT calendar that fans eagerly anticipated. But perhaps the most memorable War Games match of the Triple H era of NXT took place in 2019 when the Undisputed Era found themselves at odds with Tommaso Ciampa, Keith Lee, Dominik Dijakovic, known as Dijak currently, and returning Kevin Owens. This match was a true showcase of NXT's incredible roster depth, featuring a mix of already established main eventers and rising stars all battling it out inside the barbaric War Games structure.
Wednesday Night Wars.
And as NXT's popularity continued to grow, it was only a matter of time before the brand outgrew its humble beginnings at Full Sail University. In 2019, NXT made the jump to the USA Network, going head-to-head with a newly formed AEW Dynamite on Wednesday nights. While NXT ultimately came up short in
I had no idea about all this, but hey, looks pretty awesome that they went from starting off at Full Sail University to the big leagues. If they saw another new little program.
The brand remained the go-to destination for fans that were seeking a true alternative to WWE's main roster programming. NXT's incredible roster depth, focus on in-ring action, and simple yet effective storytelling made it feel like a true super indie, even as it existed under the WWE umbrella. Of course, NXT was not without its struggles during this time. The women's division, which had been a cornerstone of the brand's success, suffered a bit of a lull after the departure of Asuka and the call-ups of the Four Horsewomen. However, the rise of stars like Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley helped rebuild the division and restore it to its former glory. The 2020 pandemic also presented a unique challenge for NXT, as the brand was forced to leave behind Full Sail University and the magic of its live crowds. While the empty arena shows were a far cry from the electrifying atmosphere of a packed takeover event, NXT continued to deliver in the ring, a testament to the incredible talent and the resilience of its roster.
And then NXT
but sadly,
2.0.
all good things must come to an end. And NXT's Black and Gold era was no exception to that rule. In the summer of 2021, reports began to surface that NXT would be undergoing a major overhaul with a renewed focus on younger, homegrown talent and a move away from the indie wrestling style that had defined the brand for years. The writing was on the wall when WWE began to release a number of NXT's most prominent stars, many of whom had been instrumental in building the brand's identity over the past 9 years. As the NXT tenure of names like Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, and Kyle O'Reilly came to an end, fans were left to wonder what the future held for their beloved Black and Gold brand. The final nail in the coffin came with the debut of NXT 2.0 in September 2021, a complete rebranding that saw the Black and Gold color scheme replaced with a bright, multicolored logo and a renewed emphasis on the larger-than-life characters and soap opera-style storylines. The era of takeover events came to an unceremonious end, as did the tenure of Triple H as the brand's mastermind. So while the Black and Gold era may be over, in the end, perhaps the greatest testament to the success of NXT under Triple H is the fact that it was never supposed to get as big as it did. What started as a small developmental brand with a niche audience grew into a global phenomenon, a true third brand within the WWE universe that often outshined its main roster counterparts. From the early days of Sami Zayn and Cesaro style to the epic rivalries of Gargano and Ciampa and the unforgettable takeover specials, NXT gave us everything we could have ever wanted as wrestling fans. It was a brand that celebrated the past while building for the future. For 9 years, through its commitment to authentic storytelling, incredible in-ring action, and giving a platform to new stars, NXT was the shining light in an often dark wrestling landscape, a brand that celebrated the art of pro wrestling and gave fans a product they could truly be proud of. So, here's to you, NXT Black and Gold. Thank you for the memories, the moments, and the matches. Thank you for giving us a reason to believe in wrestling again, and most importantly, thank you for being unapologetically yourself. But before we go, I do want to quickly add that I've actually been paying attention to the current NXT for a little bit under a year now, and I must say it is getting way better than what NXT 2.0 was when it first debuted back in September of 2021.
That's good news.
Some of the storylines and the uses of characters like Ilya Dragunov, Baron Corbin, Braun Breaker, and Carmelo Hayes during the time I've been watching have been absolutely incredible to witness, so I'm not throwing any shade at the current NXT product. I actually still watch it to this day because of people like Trick Williams and Dijak. So don't go hating in the comments. Just a retrospective about the time when NXT was arguably better than the main roster product. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.
Bet. That was a pretty entertaining documentary, and I'm not here to listen to no goddamn commercial. Shut the hell up. I'm not interested in what they're trying to sell. But yeah, it's a good little like breakdown of the history, the beginning, and as well as the untimely end of NXT Black and Gold, like brand as such, and plus, not to mention, just to highlight all the stars from both the men's and the women's division, and how they went on to do great things, and what may have you, even going strong during the pandemic. That's a testament within itself, because a lot of like brands disappeared and you never heard from them again during the pandemic, and that's definitely a testament to like Triple H's business mind. You feel me? Like, dude's a true businessman right there, and knew how to pick the talent. Let me see what the people saying. NXT Black and Gold is everything. Takeover, we're can't miss in the matches, for instance, classics of every oldest era of NXT in my heart. That's what's up. 2018, 2020, I skipped match and watching main roster shows. Exclusively watched NXT. It was that good. Yeah, definitely post them in the comment section. Any sort of, what was it? Any matches from that time period, from 2018, 2020, that I can able to still have on my channel without being copyright stricken. NXT's Black and Gold audience walked so the AEW's 2019 audience could run. Facts. RIP Black Gold 2012, 2021. Indeed. But yeah, let me know if you want me to watch more of these documentaries from Wrestleology. Dude definitely knows what he's talking about. You definitely tell he's a fan of what he's covering in this video. So definitely tell he's a fan of NXT Black and Gold. And the fact you mentioned told people near the end, like, hey, don't come here hating on the new NXT. I watched it and it's actually good. That's what he said. You feel me? And shout out to just letting people know, hey, tell them to relax on this being critical of the new NXT, even though it may not be as iconic or say good as the previous era, but according to him, it's definitely picking up steam and getting good. So I'm glad he did that near the end, because some people get out of hand with their criticism, and like I said, it goes beyond from that to hate. So hey, shout out to old dude for doing that. Let me know in the comment section you want me to watch more of these documentaries, either from Wrestle with Andy or Wrestleology, or any other mini documentaries you could think of from wherever, or say, and just keep them like requests for songs, music videos, not documentaries, but movie clips, movie TV show trailers, or countdowns in the comment section as well. Keep them coming. Hit that like button, hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button as well. And also follow me on social media accounts posted in the description box below. This your boy Blak G92, about to sign off. Holla at your boy. Peace.